At the beginning of the story, we see a girl named Wednesday who was going to school. Everyone considered her a freak because of her antics and weirdness. After this, we see her locker. There was a lot of nonsense written on it, and this thing was not new. When she opens her locker, she finds her brother, who had been tied and locked there by some miscreants. When she asks her brother who did this to him, her brother Pugsley Adams doesn't say anything, but when Wednesday starts untying his rope, she gets some visions in which she sees the boys who did this to her brother. Wednesday's specialty was that whoever she touched knew what had happened to him or what was going to go wrong. Wednesday goes to the boys who were doing swimming practice in the pool. To teach them all a lesson, Wednesday leaves piranhas in the pool, which causes a boy to be bitten, and she enjoys watching it. Due to this act of hers, she is expelled from the school, but this is not the first time. Even before that, she had been expelled from many schools, which is why her parents, Gomez Adams and Morticia Adams, were taking her to a school that was specially made for children like Wednesday. Its name was Nevermore Academy. Wednesday refused to go and told her parents that there is no school in the world that could stop her. They have now arrived at Nevermore Academy. With this, we see a forest near Nevermore where a man stops and goes there to drink coffee, but then something suddenly attacks him and brutally kills him. Here, Wednesday's parents meet the principal of Nevermore, whose name is Larissa. First, let me tell you that Nevermore was made for those children who were outcasts, like vampires, werewolves, witches, and many other types of children who used to study here and who had strange and magical powers. Larissa shows Wednesday the room she had to share with Sinclair. Sinclair has kept the room very colorful, which does not suit Wednesday at all, as her favorite color is black. Sinclair tries to befriend Wednesday, but Wednesday doesn't respond, to which her dad says that my little bud is a bit weird, a bit boring, and almost a living corpse. Hearing this, Wednesday starts staring at him. After this, Sinclair starts giving her a tour of the school. Only then does a boy say, "Sinclair, you know that today a new girl has come to the school, which is very strange," but Sinclair says that she is the girl here, and her name is Wednesday. When the boy asked about her Facebook profile, it was known that she does not use phones, etc., because she considers such things a waste of time. Morticia tells Wednesday that she will not run away from here. She is going to like this place very much. Wednesday says that this is not going to happen. I will run away from here. While leaving, Gomez leaves a hand named Thing so that he can watch over Wednesday. On the other side, when the police investigate the forest, they find pieces of the same man's dead body parts scattered around. This is not the first time that someone has been killed in the forest near Nevermore Academy. Donovan Galpin says that what is happening because this work may or may not be done by a wild animal. On the other hand, Wednesday removes the colored paint from her side, and Sinclair starts yelling at her. Wednesday tells Sinclair to stop talking because it is time for her to write, but Sinclair begins playing loudly in retaliation, which enrages Wednesday, and she tells her to stop, but Sinclair also uses her big nails. She starts scaring Wednesday by showing up because she is a werewolf. Just then, Teacher Thornhill comes inside the room and gives Wednesday a black dahlia as a welcome. After this, we also see the hand, which is doing its job well. Now when Wednesday is roaming around in the night, then someone drops a statue on her, but only then does a boy comes and saves her. His name is Xavier, but due to this Wednesday faints. When she regains consciousness, instead of thanking him, she says that she could not die a good death because of him. Here, Xavier says that I've known you for a long time. When we were 10 years old and were playing, I hid in a coffin, but when people were about to burn me, you saved my life, and that's why I saved your life. Wednesday, recognize Xavier. After this, when Wednesday is writing, she feels someone on her bed, and as soon as she looks, she finds Thing, who tries to hide. Wednesday knew him very well because this hand named Thing is from the Addams family and is like a member of her family. Wednesday tells him that after today you will do whatever I say or else I will imprison you forever. Thing gets scared and obeys her. The next day, Principal Larissa takes Wednesday to a psychiatrist to help her behave and learn some manners. There she meets Dr. Valerie, and before the session starts, she gives the excuse of going to the washroom. After that, she runs away from the window. In the meantime, she collides with a man, and from this, she gets visions and comes to know that that man is going to die in an accident, but she does not tell anything to this man because he was not treating her well. After this, she reaches a cafe where she meets Tyler, a boy working there. He was trying to fix the coffee machine. Wednesday asks to fix the machine and, in return, asks for help to get her to the station because she wants to escape from Nevermore. Tyler agrees, and Wednesday fixes his machine very comfortably, which Tyler is also surprised to see. Tyler asks Wednesday to wait because he can't leave before he finishes his shift. Wednesday sits here and waits, but after some time, mischievous boys come here and start troubling her. Wednesday feels bad, and she single-handedly beats up all the boys. Tyler is impressed to see this. Then Tyler's dad, Mr. Galpin, comes here and asks Tyler what happened there. Tyler says that some boys were harassing the customer, so she taught them a good lesson. When Galpin comes to know that her name is Wednesday Adams, he understands that she is the daughter of Gomez Adams and starts saying that her father had done something very bad, but he does not clearly explain what he is talking about. That's why Wednesday starts asking him in detail. Just then, Principal Larissa comes here, apologizes, and starts taking Wednesday. While leaving, they see the same truck that Wednesday had seen in her vision. Larissa says that God blesses the driver, but Wednesday says that the driver is dead, which surprises Larissa. At night, Wednesday starts playing a musical instrument, and then Sinclair comes to her and, looking at that hand, starts asking about him. In reply, she says that he is a member of the Adams family. We then see a boy named Rowan in the school library who tears a page from a book that had someone's picture drawn on it. Thing, on the other hand, reaches Tyler, who at first panics and tries to kill him but later learns that Wednesday sent him here. Thing gives him Wednesday's telephone number and tells him to call her. Tyler calls Wednesday, who informs Tyler of her plan. There will be a festival at the school soon, from which she wishes to flee, and Tyler must assist her. In exchange, she will give him a good reward. Tyler agrees. At the festival, we see Wednesday, who is being closely monitored by Principal Larissa, so she pays a man to distract the principal. Just then, Tyler comes here and gives Wednesday the police record of her father that she wanted to know about. After that, they start leaving here, during which she collides with Rowan, who had torn a page of the book in the library. She learns that Rowan will be killed in the woods. Wednesday tries to stop him, but Rowan doesn't stop and runs away into the woods. Wednesday follows him and tells him to stop, don't go to the forest because his life is in danger. But then Rowan lifts Wednesday with his magic power and says that the real danger is Wednesday herself, and he wants to save everyone by killing her. That day he also toppled the statue on Wednesday. After this, Rowan shows her the torn page and says that she is in this picture. This picture was made by his mother 25 years ago when she used to study at this academy, and then she told Rowan that he must stop this girl, otherwise this girl will destroy this academy and all its people. Saying this, he was about to kill Wednesday, but then a big monster comes here and attacks Rowan and kills him very brutally. After this, we see Wednesday in her room, and now she has no plan to escape from here because she has many questions in her mind, like how she is a threat to this school and everyone, why that monster saved her life, and whose murder was her father accused of. She then says that it looks like Nevermore is going to be fun. The next day, Sheriff Galpin arrives, having been summoned by Wednesday because she reported seeing Rowan die in front of her eyes, killed by a monster, but the police discover no body and no concrete evidence. Galpin asks Wednesday what she was doing in the woods at night, to which she replies that she saw Rowan running into the woods, so she chased him, and a monster killed him, and then she fainted. Immediately, Principal Larissa says that nothing like this has happened, the boy is alive, he has just run away from here, and you should not believe Wednesday's words. She often has such seizures in which she makes up stories in her mind. We are getting her treated, she will be fine soon. After the principal leaves, Wednesday tells the sheriff that there is someone in the woods who is killing people, and you know this as well, but then Rowan comes here, and Wednesday is shocked to see him alive. The next day, Wednesday is taken to Dr. Valerie for her session, where the doctor asks if she spread the rumor of Rowan's death because she wanted people's attention. Did she really see Rowan die? Wednesday says she knows what she saw, she doesn't need to explain. Dr. Valerie says, look, you didn't run away leaving the session this time. They completed their first session without any hindrance, which proves that Doctor was successful and Wednesday is benefiting from the conversation between the two. After this, Wednesday learns that Rowan is being kicked out of the academy, so Wednesday puts Thing after Rowan. Now, at the behest of the principal, Wednesday wanted to participate in the rest of the school's activities, so she joins a club where she had only one boy with whom she became friends. Thing, on the other hand, follows Rowan to the washroom but sees someone else come out, which confuses Thing, but it was actually Rowan who had taken the form of another man, after which he transforms himself into the principal. Thing arrives and tells her that he followed Rowan, but he disappeared from the washroom. Hearing this, she gets angry with him and says that now I have to find some proof myself, as you have lost our only clue. When class starts, Xavier offers Wednesday the seat next to him, so she sits down next to him. Xavier draws a drawing of a spider and then brings it to life with his magic, apparently trying to impress Wednesday, but she destroys the spider in one fell swoop. After this, their teacher, Thornhill, asks a question, which is answered by Bianca, who is Xavier's girlfriend, and Wednesday. Both of them start answering with their own knowledge, due to which Bianca feels very bad because she was getting irritated with Wednesday, thinking that someone has come to compete with her. Now Wednesday sends Sinclair to her place for beekeeping, and she herself goes out with Tyler to find the monster in the woods. There she finds Rowan's glasses, and as soon as she touches those glasses, she sees the library book whose page was torn by Rowan. She comes to the library to find that book, but it is no longer there. After that, she sneaks into Xavier's room because Rowan and Xavier were roommates. Wednesday and Thing start looking for that book here, but just then Xavier comes here, so she hides under the bed. Then Bianca also comes here and asks Xavier for a patch-up, which Xavier refuses. Hearing this, she says that you are ignoring me because of Wednesday, but what is so special about her? In response, Xavier says that she does not play tricks on anyone. After this, Bianca says that I am going to defeat her werewolf friend Sinclair at the Po Cup final tomorrow. Thing and Wednesday were listening to their conversation from under the bed. After coming from here, she meets Sinclair and says that I will also participate in the boat race to be held tomorrow because I have to defeat the arrogant girl Bianca by any means possible. The next day, when the race starts, it is told that there is no rule in this match. Whichever team first goes to the cave and brings the flag will win. After that, the principal announces the start of the race, and the race starts. Bianca starts playing her tricks. She gets one of her mermaid companions to break a team's boat, so that team is out of the race. After this, when the mermaid starts coming towards Wednesday's boat, Thing pulls the lever, which traps the mermaid. The three teams reach the shore, and everyone starts going towards the cave to take the flag. Then Sinclair holes in Team Joker's boat. After this, when Wednesday starts bringing the flag, she again has a vision in which she sees a girl like herself who has a book in her hand. When she regains consciousness, she starts carrying the flag. Team Joker's boat sinks, but then the mermaid comes and starts sinking their boat, so Thing punches the mermaid. Now Wednesday shoots sharp spears from her boat, which damages Bianca's boat, and her boat also sinks, and thus Wednesday's team wins the race. Bianca had lost for the first time in 4 years, so she was furious and wanted revenge. During the night, Wednesday goes to a statue that had a book in hand, and as soon as she solves the puzzle written on the book, a way opens there. Besides the pictures of her parents, there were pictures of many other people. She also finds the book she was looking for there, but as soon as she starts carrying that book, suddenly someone attacks her, due to which she faints. When she regains consciousness, she finds that some people have kept her captive. They were wearing masks, but Wednesday recognizes them by their voices and says, "I know who you all are, so you can remove your masks." It was none other than Bianca and her companions. During this time, she unties her hand ropes and starts leaving from here, but before leaving, she says that you all are newbies, you do not even know how to kidnap properly. After coming back, she connects the torn page to the book and starts reading it. The following day, the principal assigned all of the students a project in which they were to visit all of the city's shops and assist the shopkeepers. After arriving in town, Wednesday shows Xavier the book and asks if he recognizes it. He says, "Yes, I know." There was a fight between him and Rowan over this book. This book is actually over 30 years old and belongs to a magician. Wednesday says, What else does he know about this magician? He says nothing special, but his name is Joseph Crackstone, and she can easily learn about him because he is a famous personality here. On the other hand, all the children go to the shops and start working. Wednesday became a waitress, but no one bought anything from her after seeing her tantrums. On the other hand, we see Wednesday's friend, who is being harassed by the same mischievous boys. Wednesday comes here and washes them very well. After this, she leaves with Eugene to know more about Crackstone. After that, she enters the small museum, where she sees a picture in which a girl was holding a book, and it was the same girl who appeared to her in her vision during the boat race. Then she finds the book she was looking for, but it was not the real book. Only then the caretaker comes here, from whom she starts asking about the real book, and she tells her that the book has been stolen and this place is still being renovated, so you should not have come here. After this, she meets Tyler and asks him about Crackstone's real address, which Tyler gives her. Wednesday reaches there alone and meets an old man who tells her that this is private property, it's my place, and she should leave now. Then Thing attacks the man, and the man flees in terror. Wednesday doesn't get anything useful here, so she starts leaving from here, during which she starts having a vision again, in which she sees that Crackstone is going to execute a girl by calling her a witch and that there are other people tied there. All these people were also outcasts, like vampires, werewolves, and many more. Crackstone despised such people, which is why he was killing them. This girl's name was Goody Adams, and she told Crackstone that we had lived here before you. You came and occupied our lands, and now you are killing us. After this, Goody attacks him, after which Crackstone sets fire to the warehouse after imprisoning them. Goody tries to free her mother from captivity, but she is unable to break the chains, so her mother tells her to escape through the basement, after which she escapes from here. After this, Wednesday sees Goody coming near her, then suddenly Crackstone also comes there from behind, which makes her faint. When she regains consciousness, she tells Thing that she saw a girl who looked like her and was asking for help. She thinks that girl is her ancestor. Then here comes that mysterious monster who has killed many people and ruined in the forests of Nevermore, but he runs away after seeing Wednesday. Wednesday tries to follow him, but the monster's footprints turn into human footprints later on. The next day, we see Crackstone's statue. The people of the town were about to inaugurate his statue because the people here respect Crackstone. During the opening ceremony, Wednesday plays the instrument. Thing sets fire to the statue just as Mayor Nobel Walker is about to inaugurate it because Thing had already poured fuel on it at Wednesday's request. Seeing the fire, there is an uproar here, after which all the people start running away, but Wednesday was still playing the instrument and smiling. Principal Larissa suspected Wednesday only but had no proof. On the other hand, we see the same homeless man again at Crackstone's old mansion, where he is attacked by the monster, but before he dies, the old man captures the monster's picture on camera. When the police come to know about this, they start the investigation and they find the camera of the old man, in which they also get the picture of the monster. We then see Wednesday entering the morgue, but before that, Thing destroys the CCTV. Wednesday comes inside and starts looking at the wounds on the old man's body and starts recording everything. At Wednesday's behest, Thing also begins copying files of the rest of the monster's hunt. When the doctor and sheriff arrive, Wednesday hides in a box. The doctor comes there and sees a box open, so he takes it out, but Wednesday doesn't move at all, so the doctor closes the box, thinking of it as a dead body. When the Thing comes to take her out, she refuses and says that this place is nice enough to stay in it for a while. The next day, Wednesday comes to know that the monster is collecting different body parts, but what he is going to do with the body parts of the people is still a mystery. The next day, Wednesday finds large claw marks on Xavier's neck, which makes her suspicious of him. After this, Wednesday sees Xavier come out of an old cottage, as she suspects that he is somehow involved in this unsolved mystery. Now that Wednesday finds the same terrible monster's drawings in the hut, she starts taking 1 or 2 drawings with her as proof, but Xavier sees her and blocks her way. To get Xavier off topic, she asks him if he will go to the dance party tonight. Xavier is amused by this and agrees to the dance party. After she leaves, she gives the drawing to the sheriff, who says it isn't conclusive proof and that we won't be able to catch the monster with it. After this, Wednesday, she puts all her research in front of Eugene and asks for his help. Seeing one of these drawings, Eugene says that he probably knows about this place. After this, both of them come to the location of the picture. It was a scary cave, inside of which they also finds bones and handcuffs. On further investigation, she also finds a huge nail, which she keeps with her as evidence. Wednesday reaches back to the old hut and sees a cloth lying in the dustbin that may have had blood on it, but suddenly Xavier comes here and, seeing Wednesday here, starts questioning her as to what she is doing here. Wednesday asks him what that claw mark is doing on his neck, and in response, Xavier tells her that for some time he had been seeing that monster in his dreams. That is why he started making its drawings, and then he used his magic on the drawings, which made the claw come alive and claw at his throat. But because Wednesday was doubting Xavier, Xavier feels bad, for which he angrily asks her to leave. Now Wednesday gives the blood-stained cloth and nails to the sheriff as concrete evidence, and she arrogantly says that she thinks this much evidence will be enough. The next day, Wednesday tells Eugene that she doesn't have a dance partner for the dance party, so the two of them should go further into the cave and investigate. At night, Wednesday is all set to head to the cave with Thing and is about to leave when she is met at the door by Tyler, who will be her dance partner at tonight's dance party. Actually, Thing had given the message to Tyler because he also wanted Wednesday to enjoy life a little. Wednesday didn't want to break Tyler's heart, so she starts going to the dance party with him. On the way, she meets Eugene, to whom Wednesday tells him that her plan has changed as she now has a dance partner and they will go to the cave tomorrow. Poor Eugene walks alone toward the cave. Here we see that a grand dance party is taking place, to which many students and teachers have come. Here, Xavier comes with Bianca, and Wednesday enters the party with Tyler. Xavier feels bad seeing these two together. Here everyone starts dancing, but when Wednesday starts doing her strange dance, everyone starts watching her and praising her. Xavier feels very bad seeing them together, so he asks Bianca to use her powers to bring Wednesday to him, saying this because Bianca is a siren. Bianca doesn't like Xavier talking like this for another girl, so she angrily leaves. On the other side, Eugene starts waiting for the monster to come, but there comes a man who runs away by setting fire inside that cave. Next, we see some boys who used to hate outcasts. Now because that fountain was damaged because of the outcasts, i.e., the inauguration of the statue of Crackstone, that's why they put a pipe in the pipe of the dancing hall to spoil their party, due to which it started raining blood in the dancing hall. Seeing this, all the people get scared and there is chaos, but the smile on Wednesday's face was telling that she does not care about all these things. She tests the rain of blood and it is known that it is just a color. Now suddenly she gets lost in visions in which she sees Eugene in the woods who was in trouble, so Wednesday immediately starts running towards the woods to save him. That monster was lying behind Eugene, from which he was running away. The monster was about to kill him, but before that Wednesday comes here. He runs away from here because of the monster Wednesday. Eugene's condition was very bad when his teacher Thornhill comes there and asks him if Eugene is okay. We then see Eugene in critical condition in the hospital. On the other hand, Wednesday now wanted to know what was the allegation against her father, after which he was arrested by the police. Next, we see that it was Parents' Weekend at Nevermore Academy, so all the kids' parents came to visit them. Wednesday's parents and her brother also come to meet Wednesday. Here the principal tells everyone that what happened with Eugene was very wrong, but it was just a small accident and he will get well soon. Wednesday tells Sinclair that the principal is telling lies, that poor Eugene is in a coma. Wednesday's parents come to her and she asks them that ever since she has come to this academy till now many strange incidents have happened. Bianca and Xavier stood apart because their parents did not come to meet them. It seemed from their conversation that they were no longer angry with each other. Suddenly Bianca's mom comes here, seeing whom she is surprised because her mom's coming to meet her was a surprise for her. After this, Wednesday's parents meet the principal, who tells them that Wednesday is acting a bit strange to everyone and is in dire need of therapy. Wednesday's parents visit her where she meets Dr. Valerie. Here Wednesday asks her father about a boy named Garrett who was caught by the police on charges of murder. Morticia refuses to tell him all these things. Wednesday starts leaving from here and says that if both of them do not tell her anything, then she will find out the truth herself. She then goes straight to the hospital to meet Eugene, who was being looked after by Thing. After this we come to know that the doctor who used to work in the morgue committed suicide because he had made a false report of a boy named Garrett. This thing was haunting him for years, and he could not bear the burden of this guilt. That's why he committed suicide. This is what was written in his suicide note. Here Sheriff sees Black chewing gum on camera, seeing which he starts saying that he has seen someone eating such chewing gum. The sheriff is a little shocked to hear Garrett's name because he wants to punish those who killed Garrett for the last 30 years. The sheriff's testimony reveals that Gomez was a suspect in Garrett's murder, but was let off due to lack of evidence. Now because of the doctor's suicide note, the police had solid evidence that Gomez had killed Garrett, so he was arrested. Wednesday visits her father in prison, where she asks him how he is related to Garrett. Telling the truth, Gomez reveals that Garrett loved his mother, Morticia, and liked him, but Morticia liked him. When Gomez and Morticia were together, Garrett saw the two of them and in a fit of rage tried to kill Gomez, and Garrett was killed by Gomez while defending him. After finding out the truth, she goes straight to the sheriff and tells him that her father didn't kill Garrett, but that what happened was just a mistake. The sheriff refuses to believe her because the police now have the evidence and the murderer behind bars. Sinclair, on the other hand, was with her mother, worried about when her daughter would become a full werewolf. For this, she also asks her to meet a good doctor, but she did not agree with her parents. That's why she gets angry with them and leaves here. Wednesday then comes to her mother and asks about Garrett's murder. Her mother explains that her father and Garrett were fighting. He began to approach and the sword passed through him, killing him, implying that Gomez had taken the blame to save Morticia. Wednesday learns that her father lied to her in order to save her mother, but the murder was still a mystery because Garrett was foaming at the mouth when he was dying. This can only happen if someone has poisoned him. To know the whole truth, she thinks of digging Garrett's grave and reaches the cemetery with her mother. From there, this Garrett takes a finger, but suddenly the police come here, arrest both of them, and put them behind bars. The whole family had become one in jail. Here Wednesday begins to give the finger to her mother, during which she has visions. She learns that Garrett was not an outcast and that her father hated outcasts, so he gave his son Garrett the vial of poison so that he could kill all the people of Nevermore with poison. After that, when Gomez and he had a fight, during that time the bottle of poison burst, and the poison spread in his body. This proved that Garrett had come that night to kill not only Gomez but all the children and teachers of Nevermore Academy. It is proven that Garrett was poisoned, so Gomez, Morticia, and Wednesday are all released. After this, Wednesday asks her mother why she gets visions. Her mother tells that this has been going on in her family for a long time, and in this way, her ancestors show them the right way and help them. After this, Wednesday starts asking about Goody Adams, that is, the girl who looked exactly like Wednesday. His mother explains that Goody Adams wanted revenge, so she killed Crackstone by burying him in a grave and lost her own life. Well, now that all the parents were leaving, Sinclair tells her parents that she will be a good werewolf and they don't need to worry. Before leaving, Wednesday's mom gives her a book that the principal usually has. Taking the book, she goes straight to the principal and says that after Rowan's death, the principal disguised herself as Rowan to make everyone think that Rowan is alive and Wednesday is lying. That's why now she will reveal this secret by telling the police, but it doesn't matter to the principal because in reality Rowan's father knows the truth and he agrees with the principal that she hid Rowan's death from the police. Hearing this, Wednesday wonders why her father did not tell this to the police. After this there is a noise from outside. Both come out and see that "Fire will rain" was written on the lawn with fire. Now Wednesday starts a ritual by lighting candles all around her so that she can summon the spirit of Goody Adams. After some time Sinclair also comes here. After some time Wednesday gets a letter in which it was written that if the questions want answers then come to Crackstone Crypt at midnight. Wednesday goes there with Sinclair and she thinks there is someone else here except for them. Then suddenly Xavier and his friends appear. Actually, it was a surprise plan in which Sinclair was also involved. Everyone wishes birthday to Wednesday. After this, Wednesday found something written on the wall, which meant that when I return, fire will rain. She touches it and has a vision, where she meets Goody, who points to a mansion and tells Wednesday that if she wants to know about the Crackstone, she will find all the answers in this mansion. The next day she was standing near the lawn when Xavier comes, but she does not talk to him properly because somewhere she feels that Xavier kills people by becoming a monster. After this, she goes to see Eugene, but his condition was still very bad. Now she goes straight to Tyler and shows him a drawing of the mansion and asks if he knows anything about it. He didn't know anything about this mansion, that's why he refuses. After this, Wednesday goes to Xavier for help and asks about the mansion if he knows anything about it. Only then did her eyes go to a drawing that was exactly like the mansion in Wednesday's vision. This drawing was made by Xavier a long time ago, and this place came in his dreams. Xavier knew about this place, so Wednesday gets the address of the mansion from him and reaches there. She sees the mayor coming out from inside the mansion, so she hides in his car. After reaching the city, when the mayor gets out of the car, another car hits him, due to which the condition of the mayor becomes serious. Seeing the way the driver was driving the car, it was clear that someone had deliberately tried to kill the mayor. The sheriff was present here on the spot and tells Wednesday that the mayor is just a living corpse now, and also takes Wednesday's statement because she is the eyewitness of this accident. Wednesday then goes back to the mansion with Tyler and Sinclair, only to find someone has been here recently because the candles were hot. Now they separate and start searching for evidence in the mansion. After some time, that monster also comes here, to avoid which they hide and come there where all those people who have been hunted by the monster till now had body parts. Now somehow these three leave here and come to their homes. Tyler was injured, then Tyler's father, i.e. Sheriff, comes here, whom Wednesday tells that she has something to show. She brings the sheriff directly to the mansion and brings it to the place where people's body parts were, but now there was nothing here, as if someone has deliberately erased all the evidence. Seeing this, Sheriff gets very angry and says that she will never meet his son Tyler again. Now Wednesday reaches the academy where the principal was blocking her way. She says that Wednesday cannot go out of the academy without informing her, and if she does this again, she will be thrown out of the academy. Wednesday says that she just wants to find out the truth and no one can stop her. After this, she comes to her room where Sinclair is packing her things and leaving her. She was very angry on Wednesday because she only cares for herself. Today in that mansion, that monster would have almost killed Sinclair and Tyler. Saying this, she leaves. Now Wednesday was lonely. Well, after that she opens a box brought from the mansion which had a letter in it. Inside it were many photographs of Wednesday. Wednesday thinks about who was doing all this. New trouble was coming one after the other, and somewhere Wednesday's family's past is connected to it, and maybe Mayor also came to know something which he should not have known. For this reason, someone tried to kill him. The next day we come to know that the mayor has died and many people go to his funeral. Wednesday also attends the funeral and thinks that the person who hit the mayor with his car must have come here. Only then, in the forest, someone appears, so she starts following him, but that man was none other than her uncle Fester, who is underground because of the crime of theft. The two end up at a warehouse where she shows him a picture of that monster and begins to inquire about him. He says that he does not know about it, but there is a book in a secret library in which everything about this monster is written. At midnight she comes to the library, but Xavier was already there, which further strengthens Wednesday's suspicion that Xavier is the monster, but he ignores him and starts leaving. After this, Wednesday's uncle comes here and finds the book in which everything about the monster was written. It was written in this book that anybody can make him his slave on the strength of his power, and can make him do any work he wants. At night, Wednesday tells Thing that she is going to meet Tyler. Now Tyler surprises Wednesday and finally tells her his heart. Wednesday says that she may not live up to his expectations, but Tyler tells Wednesday that he still likes her. Both are about to kiss, but only then Sheriff comes here. After this, when Wednesday comes back, she finds all the belongings of her room scattered. Someone had stolen that book too. Then her eyes go to Thing, who was killed by someone. She quickly takes him to her uncle and tells him to alive him by any means. Thing revives after several attempts by Fester, after which Wednesday starts asking him who did this to him, but he did not know because he was attacked from behind. Wednesday angrily vows that whoever did this will not be spared. After this, she tells the whole story to the principal, that how her room was intruded and the book was also stolen. Knowing about the book, the principal angrily says that the book was in the secret library, and Wednesday was not allowed to read it. If Wednesday continues to act like this, then one day the academy will be closed forever. After this, she meets Bianca, who wanted to tell her some information, and the boy with her, Lucas, who is the mayor's son. Lucas tells that his dad was tracking a woman named Laurel Gates, but according to police records, Laurel Gates had already died by drowning, but her body was never found. A year ago, a 90-year-old woman bought the mansion of the Gates family, and suddenly that woman died and all the property was given to the nurse who took care of her, whose name is Teresa L. Glau. The name was a direct allusion to Laurel Gates because Laurel Gates is an anagram of Teresa L. Glau. Wednesday becomes suspicious of her psychiatrist, Dr. Valerie. Friends, let me clear to you that which Laurel these people are talking about here. Actually, Laurel Gates is the sister of Garrett Gates. Many tragedies happened in her family that the whole family was destroyed, but everyone was surprised to hear the name of Laurel Gates, because it was believed that she had also died by drowning. Well, now we will know further the mystery of Laurel Gates. Back to story. Wednesday reaches directly to her and says that she is the Laurel Gates who is slowly taking revenge on everyone, considering this city responsible for the destruction of his family. Valerie has no idea what Wednesday is talking about. She thinks Wednesday is losing her mind and needs a good doctor. Valerie starts calling and complaining to the principal, so she leaves. Now after some time, Dr. Valerie hears a strange sound from the other side of the door. She slowly moves towards him and suddenly that monster comes and kills her too. Dr. Valerie was also killed, so Wednesday thinks that Xavier must have killed her because in his eyes Xavier is the monster. Wednesday visits his cabin and finds the personal belongings of those who were killed by the monster. Xavier tries to convince her that he is not a monster, nor has he killed anyone. Then the police come here and he is arrested. This was Wednesday's plan only so that Xavier could be caught red-handed. When Wednesday returns, she finds Sinclair, who apologizes because she was ashamed of what she said to Wednesday in anger. Wednesday forgives her and says Thing missed her. Wednesday then meets up with Tyler, and Tyler asks if she's ready to be more than friends. Wednesday begins to approach her and both kiss each other. After a long kiss, Wednesday has a vision in which she clearly sees that the person who killed Dr. Valerie is none other than Tyler, and Tyler is the monster who had been killing people till now. Wednesday runs away from here without saying anything. After a lot of thinking, she meets Tyler again and says that Xavier is not the real murderer. He has been framed while the real murderer is Tyler. Tyler begins to say over and over again that nothing is as she seems to be. The rest of Wednesday's friends also come here and together they catch Tyler and tie him up. Here Wednesday uncovers some old records that reveal that Tyler's mom was actually an outcast who could transform herself into Hyde. Now Wednesday starts torturing Tyler for proof so that he becomes a monster. She starts tossing him, seeing that the rest of the people leave from here because they cannot see Wednesday's torture. After this, she takes out a hammer to kill Tyler, and as soon as she is about to attack him, the sheriff comes here and arrests Wednesday. At the police station, she tries to tell the sheriff that the real monster is Tyler and he is the one who has been killing people. Now Wednesday is let off with a warning, during which Tyler comes to her and says that whatever she has seen so far is just the beginning, there's a lot to see. The principal in the academy was also upset with Wednesday's antics. She says that she has crossed all limits, that's why she is being expelled from the academy. Wednesday also tells Tyler's truth to the principal, but she was not ready to listen. After this, Wednesday goes straight to meet Xavier, who was chained up. At first, she apologizes to him and says that the real monster is Tyler and he framed Xavier. Xavier gets very angry with Wednesday and says that Wednesday is the root cause of all the trouble. If she leaves Nevermore, then everyone's life will be easier. Wednesday comes back to pack her things and meet Eugene and Sinclair one last time, and after saying goodbye to the others, she visits Eugene, who is better than before. Here Eugene tells something that she is shocked to hear. Eugene reveals that the man who blasted the cave had red shoes the day he was attacked. Now hearing the red shoes, Wednesday's mind lights up and she goes straight to her science teacher, Marilyn Thornhill, and tells that she killed everyone by controlling Tyler because she hates outcasts. Thornhill justifies all the allegations, saying that yes, she killed everyone by taking Tyler under her control, after which she comes to Tyler and tells him to kill Wednesday and shut her mouth. He was not Tyler but Principal Larissa, who was disguised as Tyler to know the truth about Thornhill. The principal asks her to surrender herself to the police, but Thornhill shouts that her name is Laurel Gates and injects poison into the principal's throat, killing her within minutes. Laurel then attacks Wednesday from behind and ties her up. Laurel says that her aim is to bring Crackstone back to life, and that is why she is collecting people's body parts. Many years ago, Crackstone was killed by Goody Adams and locked his tomb with her own blood, and today the blood of a member of her family is needed to revive Crackstone. Laurel then unlocks the Crackstone's tomb with Wednesday's blood and begins the ritual. After some time, Laurel's dream comes true and Crackstone comes alive. First, he stabs Wednesday in the stomach and injures her, and goes to Nevermore Academy to kill all the outcasts. Here, Goody's spirit comes to Wednesday and tells her that in order to kill Crackstone, Wednesday will have to attack his heart. Wednesday asks why is she able to see her. Actually, Wednesday had a special locket that was given to her by her mother, and with help of this, Goody was going to help Wednesday. Because of that locket, she starts healing Wednesday and heals all his wounds. Goody says that after this she will never see her again and disappears. Wednesday starts going to stop Crackstone and Laurel, where she encounters Tyler, who transforms himself into a hide and attacks her and is about to kill her, but then a werewolf monster attacks him. This werewolf was none other than Sinclair, who transformed into werewolf for the first time today. The werewolf and the monster have a fierce fight in which Sinclair badly beats Tyler. Taking a chance, Wednesday reaches the academy directly from here, where Xavier also reaches to help her and attacks Crackstone with an arrow, but Crackstone bends the arrow with his magic and attacks Xavier, but Wednesday comes in between and saves him. The fire was spreading everywhere and the students of the academy were in a panic, so Wednesday asks Xavier to help them. After this, Wednesday faces Crackstone, but he breaks her sword with his magic wand and presses her chest and says that he will send her to hell. But then someone thrusts a sword into Crackstone's chest. It was Bianca. Crackstone knocks her back with a punch. Taking the opportunity, Wednesday picks up the broken piece of the sword and hits it on Crackstone's heart, which causes it to burn in fire and end up in ashes while screaming. Right after this, Laurel comes here with a gun and says that even though she failed to kill all the outcasts, she will definitely kill Wednesday. Only then do we see a bee on her gun, after which a swarm of bees attacks her. Eugene was controlling this swarm. After this, Wednesday kicks Laurel unconscious, after which Sinclair comes to meet her and hugs Wednesday. The story moves forward and now Wednesday has also completed her Nobel, but she does not finish it completely, which means the story is not finished yet. After this, Xavier gifts her a phone, after which she starts leaving from here, during which she receives some photos on the phone. It was written in the message, "I'm watching you." Wednesday wonders who this new person is after her. After this, a police van passes by their car in which Tyler was, and he suddenly transforms into Hyde. With this story ends, but friends, what will happen next, and who the new villain controlling Tyler, we will know only in Season 2. If you like the recap, then like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will meet you in the new video. Till then, bye bye movie freaks.